You, former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll will be back in the courtroom today for a possible sentencing. This follows more than a year, or comes over a year after Indiana State Police began investigating allegations of criminal activity during his time in office. Now, Jim Stratman is in Clark County this morning for us ahead of that trial. And Jim, Knoll has pleaded guilty to numerous charges.
Yeah, that's right, Eric. He's already pleaded guilty to 27 out of the 31 felony charges that he is facing. That was part of a plea deal that was agreed to months ago between the state and Knoll. But it's not been accepted yet by Judge Larry Medlock. He wanted to hear directly from people impacted by Knoll's crimes before he makes a decision on that plea agreement, and those alleged victims will start coming forward today. Now, as part of that plea agreement, Knoll would face 12 years in prison, followed by 3 more years of probation. Also, he would have to repay nearly $2.9 million in restitution to New Chapel EMS and more than $60,000 to the Clark County Sheriff's Department. Now, Knoll pleaded guilty to 15 counts of theft, 4 counts of judicial misconduct, 5 counts of tax evasion, and a count each of corrupt business influence, obstruction of justice, and money laundering, all as part of that plea agreement. That was all set for the judge to accept months ago, but Judge Medlock, who has been fiery during some of these proceedings with Knoll in the past, said that he wanted to hear from the victims first. Since the judge put out that call, 19 people have signed up to provide impact statements before the court. Those names have not been made public, but we do know Judge Medlock asked to hear from first responders and those who worked for New Chapel EMS. We expect to hear from some of those witnesses as early as today. Now, if the judge were to say no to this plea agreement, then the next steps here would be preparing for a trial. Right now, that hearing for today is set to begin at 9 a.m. here in Clark County, and of course, we will have coverage throughout the day. Eric?
Forward to it. Thank you so much. There's also a hearing today for Jamie's estranged wife and daughter, Misty and Casey Knoll. One or both of them could take plea deals of their own. Last week, Special Prosecutor Rick Hertel said both sides are talking, hoping to iron out a deal. The two are charged with stealing money from New Chapel EMS. They're accused of spending more than $700,000 in fire department funds on personal items and not declaring it on their taxes. The two have pleaded not guilty. As of now, Misty's trial is set to begin October 28th, and Casey's would start immediately after Misty's concludes. WHAS11's Focus reporter Travis Breeze will be in the courtroom for that sentencing. We'll bring you updates throughout the day on WHAS News at noon and online at WHAS11.com.
Our initial belief is all of the persons who were shot in this incident were completely unrelated to the dispute that led to it. So all of these folks were innocent bystanders.
We're learning more about details of the shooting outside Harvest Homecoming that left a teenager dead and 2 others injured. Police say the shooting started after an argument between several young adults. 18-year-old Bryce Gerlach was killed. A 22-year-old man and 42-year-old woman were injured. Gerlach was a senior at Cordon Central High School and the kicker for the school's football team. Last night, those who loved him met at the Cordon Fairgrounds. WHAS11's Ian Hardwick and photojournalist Aspen Hester report.
From the flag raised in his honor to the candles lit in his name, this vigil for 18-year-old Bryce Gerlach is one no one could have imagined when he left Cordon for New Albany's Harvest Homecoming Saturday night. It's left his hometown praying for strength from above.
The courage to stand beside of each other as a community.
That's how the organizers hope they get through this hand in hand.
It's hard to wrap our heads around it, and we don't know what to do and we don't know what the answer is, but we hope that everybody keeps showing up for the family like they are right now.
And so they did. Hundreds of flames flickering by Gerlach's family home on the way to the football field he played on the night before random gunfire took his life. The moment came as a surprise to New Albany's police chief.
We will normally get through these events without so much as arresting anybody.
Parked outside of Jack's Bar in New Albany, Island Noodles raised money for Gerlach's family, selling noodles all day as Harvest Homecoming organizers canceled the festival's final day.
Yeah, we're a big community, but we're also a small community at the same time, so we've got a good thing going here, and I don't think we're the only ones to do this. I saw pop-ups all over just coming together and loving one another.
The choice just as obvious for customers,
I mean, I just think that that's what you do in a time of need.
especially for a young man so admired by the people around him, even the next generation of Cordon Panthers.
I wasn't really good whenever I first started at camp. He was really a part of helping me become a better football player, a better person in general. He was always there for me.
And now people are there to send off Gerlach's spirit.
It's devastating and somber, but yet the love, that's also an amazing thing to feel.
In Harrison County, Ian Hardwick, WHAS11, on your side.
New Albany police said they do have suspects in mind for the shooting, but no arrests have been made as of yet. If you have any information, you're asked to call New Albany Police Dispatch. That number on your screen, 812-944-6411. The trial of Michael Hurley will move into a new phase this morning. The defense rested its case Friday. That means closing arguments begin first thing this morning. Hurley is the man accused of driving into a Kansas family who was walking on a downtown sidewalk in 2022 ahead of a basketball tournament. Friday, an emotional Amy Jones took the stand. She recounted the moments leading up to the crash that killed her husband and severely injured her and her daughter Ava.
Is she the same Ava? No. She's not the same Ava.
The jury also heard from Hurley's mom, who was a bit defiant about knowing of any addictions he had at the time. Hurley admitted to doing drugs before crashing into the Jones family. Hurley is charged with murder, multiple counts of assault and driving under the influence. If convicted, he could face up to 70 years in prison. And the man charged in a deadly rollover crash on the Gene Snyder will also face a judge today. Police say just before 4:30 Saturday morning, 21-year-old Arnold Josue Quillada Vega hit a man driving on the Gene Snyder near Bardstown Road. The man's car went off the road and then rolled over. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Quillada Vega has been charged with vehicular homicide while under the influence of alcohol. He's currently in jail on a $500,000 bond. He's due in court at 9 o'clock this morning.